Don't mess with the Deegs when he gets angry. Deeg smash. What's up, my dudes? Wah! A first corner racing incident pileup killed my race. Wah! It's gotta be somebody else's fault. It can't possibly be my fault. Wah! Oh, Degan, bro. What the hell are you doing, bro? So, we're going to be talking about the absolute shit show that happened in Birmingham 250 class. Degan, bro, all you're doing is proving all your haters and all these people that had all of these preconceived ideas about you, like you're entitled, or you're some spoiled little brat, or you're a crybaby. You're just proving all of that to be true. That's all you're really doing here, man. I don't know how much more you could be doing than to be doing what you did in the first round, where you had a regular racing incident, first corner pileup. You have a temper tantrum, you start throwing up the middle finger, okay? Then you say all that weird shit on the podium about the pressure got to Fortner and all that shit, okay? Then we get here to Birmingham. You go into the first corner in the heat race, okay? And it's another first corner racing incident pileup that you had with Seth Hammaker. Just to make it crystal clear, I really don't have any major problem with what Degan did into that first corner, okay? That's not the problem. But it certainly wasn't Hammaker's fault. Like, you see what I'm saying? I mean, you shove his bike to the ground, you get all mad, you get all whatever, right? And had you just left it at that, that would have been one thing. But you didn't just leave it at that. You went to the extent of getting so mad, racing through that whole heat race, and you're still mad enough at the end of it to go all the way over to the Pro Circuit Kawasaki hauler, aka semi, you know, where they pit, basically their actual area where they go to after the race. You walk up to that and you're like yelling and raising your hands up, basically trying to start a fight. I mean, that's the only way I was seeing that right there. You were trying to start a fight. That's the only reason why you'd go up to somebody's hauler after the race like that, for a racing incident first corner pileup. But this right here is like, it's just as much your fault as it is anybody's. Maybe even a little bit more. Okay, and that's not saying that you can't do the kind of thing that you did into that first corner, because I think you can. You know, you risked it for the biscuit by trying to cut over like that when you're not very far inside of a gate, and it just bit you. That's what happened there. But it certainly was not Hammaker's fault, bro. It just was not. Certainly not to the point for you to go to his hauler, go to his semi after the race and start yelling at him like he purposely punted you over the berm or some shit. You're doing the definition of you are fucking around, you just haven't found out yet. That's the whole thing right here. Listen, guys, I don't have any problem with the middle fingers and the fighting and the, going to somebody's hauler after a race and all of that. I don't have any problem with that hardcore badass moto shit, okay? I don't have any problem with that. If you have an actual valid reason for doing it, that's the whole point. A lot of you Degan fanboys, you keep trying to say that we're being soft and all of you boys are just being soft because you don't want there to be any more fights in moto, or you don't want anybody to, do any of that anymore. No, that's not what we're saying. Good try, you idiot, trying to turn everything around. That's not what we're saying when we're talking about Degan. We're saying this kid is overreacting and getting angry and crying about these situations that you just wouldn't do that. You just wouldn't do it in those situations. That's what we're talking about. Like I said in my previous videos, that's the whole difference in, you know, somebody looking like a badass moto dude defending theirself, or somebody looking like an entitled brat having a temper tantrum. That's all in what happened to you on the track for you to have that kind of reaction in the first place, okay? And yeah, Degan ended up getting docked 2 positions on top of all that for cutting the track in the main event, where he like passed 4 dudes from off the track. That was kind of crazy. I don't know what the hell he was doing there, but thank God that AMA actually did penalize him for that. But him passing Coty Schock, I mean, that's unfortunate for Schock there. I think he ended up, you know, it was like a cracked collarbone that turned into a broken collarbone for Schock, but it was the last corner. You know, it was the last lap, so I can't really blame Degan for doing what he did. I just don't blame him for that, but like, you know, that's one of those instances, though, where it's like, how would you feel, Degan, if Coty Schock was throwing your bike to the ground and coming up to your hauler after the race, after that happened? That would have been more of an actual reason for somebody to do that. You see what I'm saying? That would have been more of the kind of thing that you would do that for. So the irony of it is, it's like you're getting mad at Hammaker for a racing incident, but then you go and do something in the main event that would actually be a valid reason for somebody doing. It's like the hypocrisy here is just insanity. And you sit there and wonder why you have haters. You sit there and want to try to play off this shit like you don't understand why anybody would hate on Haiden Degan. You don't understand why anybody would say these things about Haiden Degan. And then the irony of it is, you go out there and prove all those guys to be right about you. You are acting like an entitled, spoiled brat that has a temper tantrum when you don't get your way. That is exactly what you're acting like, bro. You are acting like a crybaby. You are acting like a, oh my God, bro, no, this just can't happen to Degan. Oh no. And I'm telling you right now, all of the logical thinking people out there are starting to realize this about you. You're actually exposing the real you, is what you're doing right now. And that's the thing, man. You know, I was a fan of you at the start. I wanted to give you the benefit of the doubt, like, okay, it doesn't matter that he's coming from Brian Degan and he's probably been given everything that he ever wanted, you know, certainly all of the opportunities, and he's probably had the, you know, best bike that you could possibly have from day one. He's probably been treated like he's, you know, Brian Degan's son, wherever he goes, whatever amateur track he's at or wherever he's at, you know, everybody's going to be, well, let's get out of the way. The Degans are coming through. You know what I'm saying? He has been pampered all the way up through just by default, just by who his dad is, okay? But I was thinking in my head, like, let's give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's see if it's actually affected you in a way where it's made you into this different kind of person, or this, you think you deserve more than somebody else, or you think you're at a higher class, or you're a higher class of human being than everybody else. Let's see if it's actually affected you, right? That's what I was thinking in my head. Like, let's see if I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give you that opportunity to prove who you really are out there. And I'm just telling you right now, you are proving to be everything that those people were saying about you.